more time. I'm Ekaterina Kleshcheva from VINIDEA, a small company based in northern Italy, and working internationally on training, innovation brokering, and research in the wine sector. So there is no surprise that in the framework of the moving project, VINIDEA is in charge of mountain wine value chain analysis. Before we zoom on the Trento PDO Wine value chain, I would like to just briefly introduce you the reference region of the study, Eastern Alps. It is a mountain region which includes alpine and pre-alpine chains of Trentino Alto Adige, Veneto, Friuli, Venezia Giulia, and some part of Slovenia. Among main agricultural activities in the region, we should mention extensive cattle production on pasture for milk production and PDO quality cheese production. There is also important share of fruit production, like apple and berries, and of course our theme of today, grape production for PDO quality wine. Coming back to Trento DOC wine value chain, I will not go into detail of the wine production. What we should keep in mind that the basis for wine production is grape production and all the agricultural and agronomic practices linked to it. And if we're talking about the processing stage of the value chain, the main activity is fermentation. And in our case, we are talking about sparkling wine made with traditional method, is also second fermentation in the bottle and wine aging. We should say that in Trento are already 9 PDO for wine, but we have decided to focus our research on one of the most emblematic products, sparkling wine. It is it's a quite historical and well-established value chain, since the sparkling traditional method sparkling wine production has developed in the region from the beginning of 20th century. The value chain is characterized by a huge diversity of business models, with a majority of cooperative model. And what we have discovered during our analysis for moving, that up to 90% of the activities of the value chain take place in the area, and most importantly, up to 80% of the value generated by wine production stays in the territory and goes back to the local community. That's why it would be considered of quite a successful example. It's interesting that the mountain origin seems to be one of the key values for wine marketing by the consortium, as the official slogan of Trento DOC promotional campaign is sparkling wine from the mountains. But we should have in mind that the vineyards for the production are located from 200 to 900 meters above sea level. So technically, not all of them could be mentioned as mountain and belonging to mountain landscape. As you all know, in terms of protected designation of origin, wine is one of the most protected products in Europe. Only in Italy, there are more than 100 geographic indications and more than 400 PDO for wine products. So in this context, in present, PDO status does not give any exclusive status to the products, but guarantees, of course, the grapes origin. In our case, they're produced exclusively from Trentino. The professionalism and certain technological practices in the vineyard and in the winery. It also states the 4 varieties you can use to produce this specific type of wine. Assures winemaking process, including secondary fermentation in the bottle, and assures long aging of the wine on the lees. So far, there is no specific linkage in the PDO regulation to the mountain origin of the product. So far, the standards do not include environmental or social sustainability characterization, but as we heard today, that could be at least encouraged by European Union in the nearest future. So in this In this view, from our point of view, next steps to improve the resilience and sustainability could be, first of all, connection of quality scheme to marketing strategy. Maybe it would make sense to differentiate actually wine coming from the vineyards of higher altitudes and enhance credibility and then give more added value of mountain origin products. Another important step would be introduction of environmental and sustainability standards for different product stage from vineyard to packaging. And from our point of view, it could be also important the exploitation of currently very favorable situation of wine market as a basis for better social sustainability practices, and most of all, increasing rural vitality by attracting young professionals to the sector. Thank you very much for your attention.